Missed an episode of your favorite podcast? Choose from over a decade of content in our archives, not just the latest episode. All free at gcnlive.com.
This is your call to action. Get prepared, America. Economy, survival, energy, disasters. This is USAPrepares.com. Informative radio, educational radio. Interact now by emailing instructor@USAPrepares.com or text at 434-390-7953. Class, please take your seats. Now, your instructor, Vincent Finelli. Watch the green
Everyone all set, cocked, locked. Here we go. Your dial's set correctly to USAPrepares.com. And we're broadcasting 2 hours from high atop the Missouri Ozark Mountains. And if you'd like to call us, we'll pay for the call, 866-582-9933, 866-582-9933. There's a link to all of your instructors on the website, USAPrepares.com. John is engineering the broadcast at Genesis Communications Network. Matt Stein is with us. Welcome, Matt.
I knew it was coming. Yeah. Well, good morning, my favorite cousin, Vinny. How are you this morning?
You know, you started that. You started my cousin, Vinny. And now Ricky.
Really?
Yeah. And now Ricky's doing that.
Yeah.
on the air.
Okay. Well, I always look forward to my chats with you. It's always a pleasure, and we get to hang out together next week in Kansas City. I'm excited about that. That's really going to be fun.
Yeah, I was thinking about that this morning. So we have one room and two beds, and you, me, and Ricky, right?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think we got a couple of Ricky snores. You can do the other bed in my room, but Ricky snores. He gets his own room. So.
Well, that's what they said at the front desk the last time we were together. They said, "Who is that guy?"
Yeah.
Oh man. So, by the way, did Ricky tell you the story about how I got locked out of the room outside of Chicago? Did he tell you that story?
He wasn't, but you were mentioning something about it. Why don't you tell me that story? It sounded pretty amusing.
Well, yeah, so he was going to have dinner, and then he was going right to his seminar. He's going to speak, and so he was with a group of his favorite fans. And they took off for dinner, and we thought, well, look, he's got his fans. So Joey and I stayed behind, and we thought we could get a pizza. So we went to get a pizza, and we're going to come back to the room to get it and eat it in the room, and just kind of be quiet about it. And Joey and I love to chat anyway. So we brought the pizza back, and I took the card to get into the room, and it was Rick's room, and the card didn't work. The key card, and I swiped it, and it didn't work, and I swiped it, and it didn't work, and I wiped it off, and I swiped it. And then I put two cards back to back, and I couldn't get in the room. So I went to the front desk, and I said, I'm having trouble with this key. And they said, okay, what room? And I gave him the room number, and I gave him the card. And he said, I need to see your ID. Rick Miller, I need to see your ID. I said, I can't do that. I didn't say, hey, I'm not Rick Miller. I just said, I can't do that. So the manager of the hotel says, well, I'm not going to let you in. And I said, oh, that's okay. That's okay. I'll just sleep right here on the couch in the lobby. So I told Rick, I said, Rick, they wouldn't let me in. And he goes, well, I'll take care of it. I said, it's okay, Rick. I told him I'm going to sleep in the lobby. He's like, what?
Yeah.
It's like Finelli's causing trouble. But anyway, so we're going to have a great time. And we're not only that, that's not this weekend, but next weekend, we're going to be able to have maybe dinner with some of some of the guests who want to join us, kind of a Dutch thing where we just go out to eat and they get to see us, as we really are.
That's right. That's right. We get, and it's always, you never know exactly what's going to come out of Rick's mouth. So, it's very entertaining. It's always entertaining and always fun. And you always learn something hanging out with Rick. That's for sure.
And we're always on the edge of getting thrown out.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited. We have an all-day workshop on the 2nd in Kansas City, and that's a pre-expo workshop, and so people get to come and spend the entire day with me and Rick, and like you said, a lot of us will just go out to dinner. So the workshop officially ends at 5, but we never end on time, and then we're going to go out to dinner. So it'll really continue on into the evening. So you get really the whole day, and if you wish to participate, you get the evening too. So it's a really really fun event. Really, not just entertaining. You learn a lot. This is our lives we're talking about. Is how do we? The workshop is focused on how do we prepare for and survive likely events, meaning game-changing events that are really likely to occur. I'm not worried about the asteroid hitting that killed the dinosaurs 50 million years ago. I'm worried about the solar event that happens once every 80 years, and it's been 95 years since the last one, and so we're overdue. And my dad was 86 years old when he died. He died in 2010, and the last huge solar storm hit in 1921, the year before he was born, and he's been dead 5 years, and there's still no major solar storm. So we're overdue, and so the chances are that you and me and most people who are going to be around the planet for a while are going to see the next one. And when we see it, our government's ignoring it. They publish the studies. They have the scientists. They have Ronald Reagan's chief science advisor, Dr. William Graham. I keep wanting to call him Dr. Billy Graham, but that's a different guy. Anyway, he's in total agreement with me that we're going to, when this event happens, if we don't make the precautions, which the government is not doing, then it's going to be a long-term grid-down situation over most of the country. Multiple Fukushima-like events are going to happen. We're basically going to lose Washington, D.C. Some people may say that's fine with me, but stock market, financial system, government systems, all have fallen apart, and most of the people in the United States probably not making it, after a year or two. And so we're looking at a pretty serious, life will not be the same event, and, it's a fairly easy fix from the government's point of view. It's like a day in the war in Iraq, and they could fix this problem, but they're not. So you, me, and the rest of us, we gotta think about these things. So Friday is about how do we prepare and plan for or deal with planning for these events. They're quite likely to occur. Not, like I said, I'm not worried about the things that's once in 40 million years. I'm worried about the things that are probably going to happen sometime in the relatively near future. And so that's what Friday's all about. And Ricky's going to talk about the tools and help teach people the basics and the tools that he developed for the Navy SEALs to turn them into supermen so that they could make life and death decisions in very, snap decisions with a very high degree of accuracy in when you don't have all the information at your fingertips. How can you access this inner guidance, this inner compass that God built into each and every one of us? How can we make sure that tool is up and running so when we need it, we can rely on it?
Yeah, and how can you summon it? And I attended his seminar, and I learned that from Dr. Richard Allen Miller. So, Matt, this event is not this Friday and Saturday and Sunday, but it's a week from Friday. So that's October 2nd is the Friday that we're talking about. October 2nd. It's at the KCI Expo Center.
Week from today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. The KCI Expo Center in Kansas City, Missouri. And there's a link on our website, usaprepares.com, page number 1. And Matt, you've got information available also. How do we get to yours?
Yeah. Well, if you go to either whentechfails.com, that's my information-intensive website with tons of free information. It'll show, there'll be a flyer showing right on the front of the website. And you scroll down and you click Read More, and there's a link that'll take you to where you can sign up and look at the details of what's actually being taught. And you can also go to Matt Stein, M-A-T with one T, the welcome Matt guy, the mattstein.com, and up on the right of the front page, it says next event is the Survival Expo, the Preppers Expo in Kansas City, and then you click Read More, and it'll take you there, and you can buy tickets, pre-purchase tickets for the Friday event. Now, Saturday and Sunday, Rick and I, along with you and a number of other instructors, are presenting 1.5-hour talks on Saturday and Sunday, all day at the Kansas City Expo. And those talks are totally free with entrance to the expos. And the expo entrance, something like $12 for adults and $5 for kids. And they got a $2 discount. If you go online to the RK Preppers website, you can get a $2 pre-purchase discount by going online to get into the main expo on Saturday and Sunday. And we're going to have lots of vendors and, all kinds of great stuff. Why don't you tell them, you've been to these expos, why don't you tell them about that? What a great thing it is being at one of these expos.
Well, it really is. I walked into, I gave 2 seminars at 3 of their expos. And the seminar that I'm going to be doing at this particular expo is government lies and the link to population elimination. Okay, and that would be our elimination. And then I'm going to talk another 90-minute seminar on preparing what to buy, what not to buy, and how to pay for it with tax deduction. So those are the 2 I'm going to do. Now, here's why I'm mentioning that. I walked into one of my seminars with an ammo can. And I met a guy by the name of Skeeter, and he brings a lot of ammo cans, 50 caliber ammo cans, 30 caliber ammo cans, and he sells them very inexpensively. He'll bring, a couple thousand.
Nice. And
I walked into the seminar with an ammo can, and people are looking at me with this ammo can. And I said, how many of you have these? And we talked about what you can put in them. So, for example, if you have a tractor in the farm, you always need tools. You always need things that, you probably don't have with you. You can just bolt one of these things on the side of the tractor, put 2 bolts through it. And, for $8, you've got a toolbox that's, watertight. And it's just a great way to go. And that's just one use for ammo cans. You can put ammo in them, too.
Really?
And nuts.
Really? Wow, what an idea.
So, Skeeter told me that he's told a lot of ammo cans after that seminar, because we just need to be reminded about, how we can use things. We'll be right back. Matt Stein. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
My name is Bill Bonner, and I'm the president of the largest private news and research network in the world. And I paid for this airtime because I have an important message to the American people. There's a change coming that the government isn't telling you about. This change has deep implications for life in America, from where you shop to the doctors you visit and the family you want to protect. Look, I've made predictions like this before. Thing is, I was right then too. A few years ago, I warned that housing prices would collapse. They did. Before that, I warned that .com companies would crash. They did. Those who listened had a chance to save themselves. But this has nothing to do with the stock market. This will affect us all.
You can watch the video for free right now by going to dollardownfall.com. Again, that's dollardownfall.com.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
This is a healthcare alert from the Pain Relief Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You don't have to suffer any longer. You can immediately qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you by calling our 24/7 Pain Relief Hotline at 866-389-0620. Delivery is free and all paperwork is handled for you. If you are on Medicare and have knee, back, shoulder, or ankle pain, don't wait. You can qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost by calling our 24/7 Pain Hotline now at 866-389-0620. Our representatives are standing by 24/7 to take your call and rush you your pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you. Shipping is free and all paperwork is handled for you. Just call 866-389-0620. That's 866-389-0620. Again, 866-389-0620.
By now you know that wireless technology like cell phones do in fact pose dangers to the health and privacy of everyone. Block-It Pocket's wide range of products are unmatched in providing the protection you deserve. No scare tactics, just common sense. BlockItPocket.com offers quality American-made options to alleviate and eliminate these invisible dangers. Learn more at BlockItPocket.com or call 888-315-9618. BlockItPocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
Class, Matt Stein's with us, and his website is When Tech Fails, as in whentechnologyfails.com. And we're talking about an event that Matt Stein and Dr. Richard Allen Miller and I are going to be attending and speaking at. And Matt, you asked me, what kind of things they have. Well, let me just share this one story, and then I'll tell you that. And by the way, this is October 2, for Matt's and Rick's full-day seminar and a dinner get-together. That's not this Friday, but the following Friday, 1 week from today. And then Saturday and Sunday, I'll be joining and speaking, and so will Matt and Rick continue to be speaking at this event at the KCI Expo Center in Kansas City, Missouri. It's the RK Prepper Show. Link on the website, link on Matt Stein's website, When Tech Fails, and also usaprepares.com. So I was at a prepper event back in the 1990s, and I used to listen to a guy on the radio by the name of Bo Greitz. And he said, if you love your children, take them out of the public school system. I thought, really? My dad was a acting superintendent, a principal of schools, teacher. I thought, really? Take your children out of public school? So I went to meet him, and I chatted with him, and I believe he was absolutely right. I went home, and we took our children out of the public training camp. We really did. And it wasn't an easy decision because my father was a public school teacher and he spent a lot of time in the public school system. Now, his school was good, but other schools weren't like his. So we did take our children out. And the reason I'm mentioning this is because that's what can happen to you. You're going to get a chance to see people who you hear on the radio. You're going to have a chance to have these one-on-one discussions with us and ask us those questions that, you want the rest of the story for. And I have a feeling that for many of us, who attend these preparedness shows, you're going to have some changes in your life that are significant, and they're good. They're good. But how do you do that if you don't meet the people one-on-one who say these things? Right? Isn't that what happens to you, Matt?
Yeah, I just really enjoy meeting the people that are attending the show, meeting the guys who are vendors at the show, meeting the other speakers at the show. I mean, I look forward to being at each of these events. To me, they're not work. It's like a really great day that I'm looking forward to. Of being able to rub elbows with people, share information, to learn from other people, and to help teach other people. I think it's great. They're a lot of fun, and I look forward to them. Every year I'm able to do them. It's like, wow. Oh boy, I get to go to Kansas, and I get to see Vince. I get to see Storm and Norman. I get to see Rick. I get to talk to a whole lot of great people who are at the show and share information, and I just something I look forward to all year long.
Yeah. So in terms of products, and Storm and Norman Cantwell is going to be with us, another USA Preparedness instructor. So if you're interested in water filtration systems, you can buy them there. If you're interested in AR-15s or accessories and barrels, you can buy them there. And there are experts that can answer your questions there. Camouflage clothing, if you want to buy that. Ammo, tactical supplies, books. So if you want to buy some books that you just, as you look through these books, your eyes will get real big. and you'll say,
food stores, lots of great stuff about storing food, how to prepare, how to dry, how to store, good types of foods to get. You can get some good discounts at the show. It's just great. A lot of people are like, well, how do I get started? And, it's a really good way to get started. Or if you're already a serious prepper, then it's like, hey, how can I notch it up one notch? What can I learn at this show to bring home with me to make myself better than I have been before? It's just great all around, whether you're a first-time prepper or you're someone who's been doing it for years. There's going to be good stuff and good information and a good camaraderie. You get to hang out with people who are worried and concerned and wanting to do the right thing for themselves and their family and their country.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly right. And one of the things that a lot of people who are new to this find out is that they're not alone. They're really not alone. And, the kind of seminar that I do is pretty interactive. I ask a lot of questions. And there are many reasons why I do that. One is for my information, and the other is mostly so that those in the class, the seminar class, look around at all the hands that are up, and I'll say, how many of you, and I'll ask a question, and they'll say, wow, it's not just us. It's like the whole room.
You're not alone.
So, Matt, when we come back, let's talk about some of the things that we're going to learn in your seminar and Rick's seminar. I mean, more specifics. Matt Stein. We'll be right back.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at PatriotNecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
PatriotNecklace.com?
PatriotNecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from PatriotNecklace.com.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
Did you know that drinking pure, high-alkaline water is one of the most important factors in maintaining high energy and vibrant health? Most experts agree that the water you drink should be at a pH level of 8 or higher. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops, available only at alkavision.com, combine a unique formula of only the most alkaline minerals. AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops alkalize your water, ridding the body of harmful toxins, and helps you regain health and energy. Alkalizing your water by simply adding 10 drops of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops helps the body rid itself of acidic waste, increases oxygen content, and raises the pH of your body to healthy levels. And bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an alkaline high pH environment. Order your bottle of AlkaVision Plasma pH Drops for only $29.95 at alkavision.com. That's ALKAvision.com. Or call 269-409-1776. 269-409-1776. Alkalize your body. Supercharge your health at alkavision.com today.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares unfiltered and untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowitz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows, pause and rewind live TV, even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Matt Stein's with us, and Matt, I just got off the phone with Joey from Michigan during the break, and he said something very, very interesting. He's going to be on with us for the next hour, but he said something very interesting. He said, you know, one of the really neat things about going to one of these preparedness events is that you meet people whom you know, that are new to you and new to your life, and you find that they're like-minded, and that's why they're there. And the relationships can last a really long time. He said that he has met friends that he'll call if he gets stumped on something or they get stumped on something. They will call each other and they'll say, "Have you run into this? And how did you how'd you work that out?"
Right.
So now we have resources, and he's absolutely true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah. I mean, I meet people at these shows that become my friends. You know, there's no question about that. And these, you know, nobody knows it all. I mean, it's like there's no one person that knows it all by any means. You know, it just can't happen. And so, you get stumped by something, you meet some people here, then you can ask them, "Hey, how would you deal with this situation? What do you suggest?" Yeah, it's a great resource.
You know, Matt, this is not a USA Prepares show. It's not our show, but we're going to a show. It's called the RK Prepper Show. But I've said about our show in specific, I said to a number of people that I guarantee that this will be one of your top 10 most memorable events in your life. And I say that because of who you're going to meet, who you're going to rub elbows with, who you're going to chat with, all the things that you're going to learn that you've never heard before. And no one has ever said, you know what? And I've said to everyone I've said that to, make sure you come see me at the end of the expo and tell me if that's not true. No one has ever said, you know what, you're wrong.
All right.
They all say, wow, you're absolutely right.
And you know, they've all been great events. And your event, you know, I love your event. And like you said, though, these RK people, there's a lot of prepper shows out there that some of them aren't that good. But, you know, your events, the RK events, really, really good events. Really, really worth coming to. Very, very, you know, I learn. And like I said, I meet people, I have a great time. I look forward to doing this. It's not work for me, it's fun for me.
Mm-hmm. Right. And so Matt, you're talking about, solar events, and let me just, expand on that. And I'd love to hear your answer. You know, we talk about there could be a huge solar storm. It could take the grid down, and, we could be without electricity for years. Okay. And some people are saying, well, you know, we've heard this, but we're still okay. All right. Well, just one person with the right rifle, with a well-placed shot, could take down a substation. And I'm not recommending anyone don't do this. But what I'm saying is one person could literally take down a power substation, which would affect tens of thousands of people for a long time.
They found that wasn't as easily done as you thought. And it's not clear, they didn't catch the guys, but there was a substation in San Jose, California, that some people with high-powered rifles, you know, did some homework, got there early in the morning, did some shots, all of that, and it wasn't as easy as you think to do that. But certainly with some paramilitary gear, you know, higher caliber cannon type things, bazooka type things, it's certainly possible to do. But they found it actually wasn't that easy to take that substation down with just high powered rifles, because they went and did that and it didn't take it down. You know, they came through okay. But the fact of the matter is that solar storms hit the Earth like every year. And in 1989, we had a storm that was 1/10 as strong as the one in 1921, which is 50% weaker than the one in 1859. So we have, you know, every year we've got some pretty strong storms, but those are like baby storms compared to the really big ones that hit fairly, you know, not that far away. Like it was only 60 years between the 1859 Carrington event and the 1921 event. That's only 60 years apart. And so that size storm, we had a storm, 1989 blew out a massive transformer at a nuclear power plant in the East Coast, and it blew out a massive transformer. They had 15 simultaneous failures. One giant transformer blew in the province of Quebec, and it took out the province of Quebec for a day. And in 2003, we had a storm that wasn't quite as severe as that one, but was longer in duration. And for some reason, it resonated with the South African grid, and it knocked out 14 of these massive transformers. Well, these are not things you can go to the hardware store to buy. These are things the grid is totally dependent upon to stay functioning. And they're tens of millions of dollars each. They're hundreds of tons each. You have to shut down a freeway to deliver them. And they're custom made, and they take normally a 3-year waiting list to get one designed and purchased and built and delivered. Well, 14 blew in South Africa, and the entire country was on rolling blackouts. Imagine going to work, and for 2 or 3 days out of your work week, 5 or 6 hours out of your day, you got no air conditioning, you got no lights, you got no elevators. I mean, try living your life that way. The whole country dealt with that for a year, and that's for only 14. Now, in a massive solar storm like 1921, which is more than 10 times stronger than this one that crippled South Africa for a year, you're talking 370 in America alone, probably 2,000 in the world. That's like 10 years manufacturing. You know, if the world was working well and they made as many of these transformers a day as they could, it would take 10 years to make these, to replace what would blow in a single day. But most of the world would be crippled at the same time. So you're talking an event that's going to take many months to years to get the world limping along. Not functioning well, but limping along. And in that period of time, imagine no oil refining, no money machines, no stock market, no air conditioning, no elevators, no water treatment, no sewage treatment. Where's a city of 10 million people going to pee and poo when that stuff's going on? And how fast is it going to be before cholera, when you got 10 million people outside drinking out of the duck ponds? How fast is it going to be before cholera and pandemic is rampant in the country? Between starvation, people are weakened, they're drinking out of the sewer water. It's really, really going to be rough. And at that point in time, how do you look at your child and your wife and say, well, they told me they had it covered. They told me that the government was going to watch out for us. And it's like, well, you got diarrhea, they're coming out of both ends, and they're looking up to you and saying, why didn't you have a water filter? Why couldn't you treat water? Why didn't you have some food for us? We're starving. That's the kind of thing we're looking at. And unfortunately, it's like car insurance. Nobody buys car insurance and says, wow, I'm insured. I think I want to get in a head-on collision today. It's like, no, you hope you never need that insurance. I pray to God I'm never going to need my car insurance, but I still buy it anyway. The same thing you're talking about here. I hope it never happens. But here's the truth. The truth of the matter is there's a 1 in 8 chance every decade, scientifically, for one of these game-changing solar events. It's been more than 9 decades since the last one. So do the math. We're due. It's statistics. It's like crap shot. You're rolling the dice, and one of these days we're going to get a major solar shot hits the Earth, just like it's happened throughout history. And this time when it happens, we've got a grid that's got this Achilles heel in it. And, the last time it happened, it didn't exist. The technology didn't exist. It was a great light show. The sky was lit up from the North Pole to Tahiti, to American Samoa, from the South Pole to American Samoa, from the North Pole to Mexico, to Puerto Rico, to Jamaica, to Hawaii. Imagine northern lights showing up in Hawaii and Puerto Rico. That's the size of the storm we had in 1921, and an even bigger one in 1859. So these are events that most likely you and I and our children are going to see. Unless we die really soon, chances are we're going to watch it. And chances are, unless there's a major change in the government, that they will not have fixed this problem. There's a $2 billion fix. They keep talking about it, but the problem is that the legislation to try and mandate this fix was putting all of the weight, all of the financial responsibility on the part of private industry. So private industry said, "Whoa, wait a minute, we don't want to pay $2 billion. That's out of our bottom line." So they hired a bunch of lobbyists to go in, and they published a bogus report that said everything's okay. We got it covered, no problem. The government said, "Well, wow, what new data did you come up with? What new computer modeling did you do to disprove the modeling that was funded by the government and that was overseen by Sandia Labs and the national laboratories, Oak Ridge National Labs, real smart guys?" They said, "What new data did you get?" "Oh, we didn't do any new data." "Well, what new computer modeling?" "Oh, we didn't do any new computer modeling." "Well, what did you do?" "We talked amongst each other and we decided we had it covered." It's like, oh yeah. And I believe in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy too. It's like, come on, you guys. But these lobbyists told the government what they wanted to hear. They said, don't worry, we got it under control. We got multiple layers of safeguards and everything's okay. Well, if it was all okay, then how come South Africa's grid collapsed because of a storm that was 1/10 as strong as the 1921 storm? And how come those transformers at the nuclear power plants in America and the UK and the entire province of Quebec went down from a storm that was less than 1/10 as strong back in 1989? If they had it covered, those things wouldn't have happened. And we're talking a 10 times the factor. That's like 100 times the impact on the grid. We're definitely talking grid down situation, and they don't have it covered. And it's just like all those smart guys who warned and said that these levees around Katrina, around New Orleans, are going to fail. It's not a question of if a hurricane hits someday, it's when will that hurricane hit. We know those engineers said this will fail. When we have a Category 3 storm, or stronger, it's going to fail. And someday that's going to happen. We had the Galveston storm at the turn of the 19th century that killed like 10,000 people and wiped the whole town out. And we're going to have another storm like that someday, and it's going to fail, and we're going to lose most of New Orleans. So what did they do? Lots of planning, lots of talking. Talked about it, did nothing, and we lost most of New Orleans. But now you're talking about losing the whole country. You're talking about millions of people starving. You're talking about pandemic. You're talking about a serious situation, and we've got to be prepared because they're not doing it for us.
And that is the bottom line. It's up to us. It's up to you. It's up to me. It's up to everyone in our broadcast classroom to take care of his own future. Protect yourselves and your family and your children. It's really up to us. And the event, next weekend. We'll be right back. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at PatriotNecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
PatriotNecklace.com?
PatriotNecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from PatriotNecklace.com.
Most of us already know that taking a fish oil supplement to boost omega-3s is a good idea. But did you know that about 60% of Americans are actually deficient in omega-3s? Did you know that most fish oil products contain only about 25% omega-3s and the remaining 75% is undesirable fish fat? Heck, did you know that more than 90% of fish oil supplements sold in the USA are not even made here? If you want to boost your omega-3s using the finest American-made fish oil, check out Nutrigold Fish Oil Supplements on www.fishoil.best. Nutrigold fish oils are independently 5-star certified and guaranteed to be exceptionally pure. That means no more fish burps. Best of all, just one Nutrigold fish oil capsule contains more omega-3s than 4 standard fish oil capsules. Go to www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497 and use promo code BESTFISHOIL to get a free 1-month supply. That's www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497.
My name's Clyde, age 59, and I reside in Florence, South Carolina. The doctors diagnosed me as having clogged arteries. Felt like I was carrying heavy concrete blocks around my feet and legs. I started taking Heart and Body Extract as directed. It is less than 3 weeks, and I'm like a young man again. It's unbelievable that an herbal formula can work so fast and so powerfully.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc, admitted in Mass only. Sokolov Law, LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Ken Levan, responsible attorney in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Greg Hobby, New Jersey. The choice of lawyer is an important decision that should not be based solely upon advertisements. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been impacted by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-218-HELP. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of hardworking men and women, including many U.S. veterans and industrial workers, have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers knew the dangers but put profits ahead of people. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trust has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be entitled to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-218-HELP. That's 1-800-218-HELP.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you?
I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Class, Matt Stein's with us. Matt Stein. And if you'd like to go to his website, When Tech Fails, as in when technology fails, whentechfails.com. You'll find the information about Matt Stein's books. He's got some really great books. I have 2 autographed copies, and Matt was here and he was autographing his books, and one of them is called When Disaster Strikes. Absolutely fabulous book. I hope that if you get a chance to come out to the RK Prepper Show in Kansas City next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, October 2, 3, and 4, that you get a chance to peruse the book and maybe buy a copy. And if you do, certainly ask Matt to autograph it for you. And I have another copy of a book called When Technology Fails. That also is autographed, and that's the size of a phone book. Really, when we used to have phone books. That's
before you had Google, right?
Yeah. Absolutely fabulous book. So if you're interested in preparing and knowing what to do, that is like the best way I can think of learning how to do almost everything that you're going to be facing. You know, how to deal with it. Those 2 books. And Matt, I just wanted to share this grid down scenario. So we talk about, it'll be bad, it'll be really bad. Well, here's just one simple example. So let's say we want to fill up our tire. Let's say we have a flat tire and we plug the flat, or we have a tire that's low and unsafe to travel on the road. So all we want to do is fill it up. How do you do that without a compressor? Okay. I just go down to the...
You got a bicycle pump. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I got one.
Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. It is really tough to fill up a truck tire with a bicycle pump. I mean, it's really, really tough. So, but how many people have bicycle pumps, Matt?
I don't know. I ride my mountain bike whenever I can, so I got one. But I don't know how many of you guys got one. But I got one. The old-fashioned one that, like Popeye, pumping up a tire. Yeah.
Right. But what I'm saying is, many of us don't have bicycle pumps. Okay, and so if the grid's down, it's going to be tough to get a compressor to run. It's going to be tough to pump up the tires. And what about all those other people who don't have bicycle pumps that can't pump up their tires, and they're stalled in front of you because they've had a blowout because they don't have enough air on their tires? I mean, what I'm saying is that's just one little tiny example of one little problem.
Well, I remember back in 95, we had a smoking hot day on the West Coast, and air conditioners were running all over the place. And they thought, and this cascading blackout happened. Took out like 2 provinces in Canada and the entire West Coast, and for a good part of the day. And my brother and sister-in-law were driving down California's Central Valley, and it was one of those days, like 120 degrees in the Central Valley. And I know you lived down here at one point in your life, and you know what that's like. It's like frying egg in the sun. And they pulled into like Bakersfield or someplace, and Bakersfield is for baking your brains out. And they pulled in, and all these people were like lying around trying to find some shade and fanning themselves with papers, and they're thinking, what's going on here? It's like they tried to pump some gas. No, I can't pump gas. Power's out. They went in and can I have a beer? No, I'm sorry that register won't work. There's no power. And so all these people, it was like 7 hours. They were sitting there stuck in Bakersfield, out of gas, and there's cars all over the place. Trucks on the side of the road, cars on the side of the road. It's 120 degrees out. You can't even buy a cold beer. And that's what was happening. Now imagine that scenario like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 20, day 30, and it's still going on. What do you think that town of Bakersfield is going to look like in day 30 when all those people traveling haven't been able to pump gas, haven't been able to buy a soda, haven't been able to do anything? What do you think the world is going to look like then? What do you think? How many windows are still going to be intact on storefronts? And
only the ones that you can't see.
Yeah. You got it.
Hey, Matt Stein, thanks so much for being with us. I'm looking forward to being with you next weekend at the RK Prepper Show. You and Dr. Richard Allen Miller and Stormin Norman Cantwell and the staff at the RK Prepper Show. We're going to have an absolute blast. I'm really looking forward to it. Matt, thanks so much for being with us. Coming up next hour, Joey from Michigan. We're going to talk about confidence and the loss of confidence. I'm Vin Finelli. This is USAPrepares.com. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Virtually anyone can hack your cell phone and track your calls, your texts, your emails, your every movement, but only if they can detect a signal. Stay one step ahead of hackers and Big Brother with a Block-It Pocket, a custom-made pocket infused with pure silver that creates a complete Faraday enclosure for your cell phone. For free shipping to the lower 48, visit blockitpocket.com or call 888-315-9618. blockitpocket.com, enhancing health and privacy.
We've all heard the news stories. Another shooting, and they're getting worse. That's why Infidel Body Armor introduces Infidel Fridays, exclusive 24-hour insider deals to save you money and possibly save your life. Make it a favorite when you log on to InfidelBodyArmor.com. Then be sure to visit each and every Infidel Friday to get special insider pricing, but for 24 hours only. That's InfidelBodyArmor.com. Infidel Body Armor. Just won't quit.
Everyone all set? Cocked? Locked? Here we go. Hour number 2 of USAPrepares.com. Have you ever met a person that, you have so many similar interests? You can talk for hours and learn from each other. I'm not talking about having those cell phone type text conversations where you say, I don't know, what are you doing? I don't know, what are you doing? I don't know, what are you doing? What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want to do? I don't know. Not like that. I'm talking about where you actually have a telephone conversation or an in-person conversation, and you talk about things that are important, and you solve problems together, and you add to each other's information base. Have you ever had a discussion like that? Have you ever met someone like that? Well, I have. And he's my good friend Joey from Michigan. And Joey, I'm just delighted to have you on the air with me, and let's chat about some of the things that you and I chat about when we're just on the phone together. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea. Good morning, Vince.
Good morning, Joey. And Joey, I was thinking, some of the things that you do involve saving money. you don't waste money. You don't go buy frivolous things that, you throw away. You very carefully spend the money and you put it toward long-term use. And you have found great ways of buying things that other people might not consider. For example, you found some clothing for me, and when I happened to be up at an event with Rick Miller, you drove up there to Chicago, and you bought some things for me that I can't get here in Missouri, and you found some. Well, why don't you share with the class what you bought and why you bought them, and I think this will kind of teach by demonstrating what we do. I think that would be great. So what were in those bags? Or what was in those bags?
We had all different kind of name brand clothing. I mean, North Face, Columbia, coats that were like brand new that people dumped at the Goodwill stores, the Salvation Army stores. And then they're like $6 and $10, and maybe they were worn once. Some of them were not worn at all. And how could you let a good deal like that go to waste, especially when you know somebody else might need it? When I hit those stores, and I may go to one every day, it just depends if I see one and how my time is. And if I know 10 different people that are looking for something. So if I see it, boom, I buy it for them. They give me the money back. It's easy to spend money. You can get online, you can buy a $300 coat, or you can grub around and maybe find that $300 coat for $10. I mean, who's the dummy?
That's a really good point. So, you bought for me bags of coats and jackets, and my size. You've been to the farm, you've been to the meetups, you've spent time with us, so you know who we are, and you knew that some of those things absolutely positively would not fit us because they're way too big. But you thought that since we built this barn and since we're preparing for what may be coming, you thought that we may have some people here that are larger than we are. Isn't that right?
Absolutely. That's correct. What's that phrase? Those that plan to fail to plan. I mean, when you see something, just because you see it today and you didn't act on it, don't mean it's going to be there tomorrow.
Right.
How many times I've seen something and I had it in my hand, I put it on, put it up, I'm like, and you're thinking it's $5 to $6. It's not the $5 or $6, and it might have been a $40 or $60 item. You put it back down, you wander around the store, you come back, and presto, somebody else didn't have to think about it. It's just, everything is an opportunity. It's if you choose to see it. As Rick would say, is your glass half full or half empty? Well, is it an opportunity? It might not be an opportunity today. The price will always be the opportunity. But, and I wouldn't suggest you buy something you never plan on using. I mean, because again, that's not a good sense. But I mean, you and I get along well that way because it's a rational thinking. Most people don't think. I mean, they see it, they don't even care what it costs. I mean, I know people, they buy stuff online. Well, I didn't have to go to the store. It comes in the mail. I mean, yeah, that's true. If you really can't find something, you'll buy it. You'll pay whatever you need, like a part. So it's all relevant to where you're at and what you need.
Joey, I mentioned that if I won the lottery, which could never happen, it's an impossibility because I don't buy lottery tickets.
You might stick it on the ground, Vince.
Well, if I won, okay, if $500,000 just landed, on the farm, my lifestyle would not change. I wouldn't say this is great. I can buy a new tractor, with new hydraulic hoses, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. It still wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. It would not change my life one bit. I wouldn't go out and buy a new truck. I'd still drive that 2004 that I picked up for $3,000. I'd still be driving that. I would have no change in my spending habits. I would still spend very, very carefully, and I would only buy things that I thought had really, really good value. And I believe that's what you do.
Well, I know exactly what I would do. I would use part of that money towards creating an eco-village, where you can get people, like-minded people, whether they live there permanently or they come to visit. You brainstorm, you come up with great ideas like Miles shared with me. I mean, I'm overly fascinated that they could take a community and well over 500 people plus 100 or 400 of their family members, pull them all together and create something that I don't even think is possible, even if there is a solar flare, a complete electrical blackout in this country. People here are so selfish. I mean, it's all about me, I. They don't think, they don't consider that really without a team effort, there is nothing. I mean, I remember one guy says, yeah, I've got a wood stove, I've got food. I says, yeah. He also weighed about 385 pounds. And I says, I guarantee you one thing. If you weigh 385 pounds after 6 months of no, electricity, and you don't look all dirty and grubby like everybody else, and you haven't lost 100 pounds, I'll bet you people will start to figure something out. It's the selfishness in people. And really, it doesn't matter who we vote for, what we do. The universal reset will be an interesting food. I mean, think about all the people that you've known, you've come across. Everybody has dreams. Some people always throw their dreams to the side for, what would you want to call it? Call it an easy fix, like a new toy. They might look at something and, buy a brand new car, a brand new truck because they feel they deserve it. And I'm not saying they don't. But maybe they had more important things to do, like repair their house, pay their house off. I mean, it's easy when you don't have a house payment to do all kinds of magical things. But once you get to be that tooth in the gear, what happens? You're stuck. The only way out of that is when the gear breaks or the whole system is shut down, and that's obsolete. You think about that, it's like, wow. And nobody else thinks that way. I know you think that way. I think that way. Most of we'll call it the extended family, thinks that way. Not our individual family, but our family as you, me, Rick, Matt, everybody that follows our little bit of thought patterns. How's that work? What is different about us? Why do we think different? And it doesn't matter if it's a brother, a sister, an aunt, an uncle, a cousin, a close friend, and it's amazing because they could still think certain issues like you do, but yet there's complete distraction and laughter and humility. That's one thing I can never understand. What do you think about that? What, you got a reasoning as to why people, same family, same everything, they just wander the opposite direction?
Well, I can tell you, Joey, that when we have family members come visit us, let's say they come for 3, 4, 5 days, they just hang out. How many of them do you think? And let's say we've had 10 while I've been broadcasting here. How many of that 10 do you think would actually listen to us on the radio live while we're on? Live. Nobody.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, isn't it, that they're your family and they can't even work the courage up just out of a fluke that they might learn something?
Well, I'm saying while they're here, no one in our family listens to us. Well, I mean, our children, but other than that, I'm talking, outlaws, in-laws, nobody listens to this broadcast. But I think they have, some have time for, guys running around on ball fields with short pants and chasing a ball, I remember hearing a story about, the wife goes in and the husband's, intently watching this ball game. And the wife says, why do you guys do that? You know, why do they chase that one guy with the ball? Why do they chase him around the field? And he says to his wife, honey, imagine it's on sale. You know? But when they're all done, what have they accomplished? You know, they can talk about who threw the ball, who caught the ball, who fell down, who got hurt, you know? And they've wasted an entire day of the weekend. You know, one of those big days they look forward to all week. And all they've done is watch guys running around with short pants, chasing a ball. Now, I can't explain it, Joey. I can't. I mean, I'm related to it. I can't explain it. We'll be right back. By now, you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
That's the sound your brain makes when you realize you're buying something and forgot the coupon. Online or in a store, knowing that you're missing a deal is the worst. You need the app from Retail Me Not right now. Get thousands of coupons from 50,000 stores like Kohl's, Domino's, Best Buy, and more with crazy deals like 60% off, free shipping, and free gifts with purchase. You can get a text invite to download the Retail Me Not app 100% free right now for Apple or Android. Just text the code UPDATE to 42767. Then just show your phone at checkout to save. It literally couldn't be easier. It's 2015. Keep your coupons in your phone. Stop what you're doing and text UPDATE to 42767. Listeners will get a text with a link to download it 100% free. Never forget another coupon again. Text the code UPDATE to 42767 right now. That's UPDATE to 42767. Message and data rates may apply. For terms and privacy, visit retailmenot.com.
Attention USA Prepares listeners. When you're on the road or have limited data or Wi-Fi, now you can listen to USA Prepares Unfiltered and Untapped at no extra charge on this non-federal phone number, 1-605-477-3249. Try it now to listen to USA Prepares 24/7 at no extra cost or data charges. These are not on federal lines. These are lines located on Indian reservations off the grid. Call 1-605-477-3249. No smartphones or internet needed. To hear USA Prepares Untapped and off the grid, just call 1-605-477-3249.
As if chlorine in our water weren't bad enough, now they're adding ammonia?
It's true. Some municipalities are now adding ammonia plus chlorine to your water supply. It's a disinfectant called chloramine. But with a trusted Big Berkey water filter, you can keep chloramine out of your water. New NSF EPA certified lab tests show EPA Berkey water filters remove chloramines, pharmaceuticals, BPA, pesticides, bacteria and viruses, all forms of fluoride, and much more. Big Berkey water filters are the original and most trusted on the market. The gold standard in water purification. And our filters last for years at less than 2 cents per gallon. Big Berkey, the one that's powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. Get your Big Berkey today. Call 1-877-99-BERKEY or click BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. That's 1-877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
My name is Dell, and I live in El Cajon, California. I was concerned about my cholesterol readings because I knew that high cholesterol is related to clogging of the arteries and increases the risk for heart attack and stroke. One day, I heard an ad for Heart and Body Extract, and I was skeptical, but I decided to give it a try. Man, the numbers don't lie.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
What it's like when Joey and I chat on the phone. And Joey may call me, I may call him, and the call may last for an hour or two, literally. And it's, at night. And, we talk about all kinds of things. And this is really what it's like. And I hope, and I would love it if you could find your friend like Joey, seriously. And you could share and teach each other and learn from each other. So Joey, on Monday, we had a meetup at Jimmy's Egg, and we were talking, one of the topics that came up was the lack of pride in workmanship, the lack of passion in doing a better job than the next guy. And we talked about the building trades. I'm talking about home construction. And one person in the class brought up that, when they nail 2x4s together, for strength, put them together, there can be a 1/4 inch gap. They're not even together. They're not even supporting each other. They're just tacked together, and there's a big gap between them. So they're not structurally as strong as they would be if they were nailed together. And the reason is that the person nailing them didn't care or wasn't paying attention, or both. And so that's just one example of the confidence that we have lost, you and I have lost, in people doing a good job for us, which is why you and I do almost everything we can for ourselves, because it's hard to find people who really do a good job anymore. What do you think?
I think you're right. I mean, and every time you trust one of these people that you think are going to do something correct, it's like that story I shared with you when I bought brand new axles for my trailer. I interview a few places, and one place says, I'll get you an axle. This is the price. So I take the old axle off the trailer. I drive an hour and 15 minutes to where I have to go. They look at it. They measure it. I leave them a $600 deposit. It's going to come next week. Well, because of the weather and all, it was about 3 weeks later. They call me. I go pick them up. It's 5 degrees outside. I'm not paying attention. Funny thing about 5 degrees. I give them the other $766. So now for $1,370 and change, I've got 2 brand new axles. Now they ride around for 3 days in a truck because I can't even get them out. The machine won't start to lift them out. Finally, I set them in the snow. 3 weeks later, I go to put them on, and presto, they're the wrong axle. The guy assures me he'll take care of it. He says, my mistake, I'll make it right. This is an ongoing. This is still not over since the middle of February currently. I bring in my trailer. I drive. I come back. He says, I'll have my tech look at it. We build trailers. We'll know how to fix it. I says, okay. So I'm out of town. He calls me. I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll drive up. I want you to show me exactly what you're thinking of doing. Okay. So we decide this is the best route to salvage these axles. So again, 2 weeks later, I come back because that's how long it took. You would think because I was inconvenienced, they would want to go out of their way and speed up the process. Of course not. So I pick the axle up. I bring a friend of mine. And again, I'm just so grateful to get the axle, and I should have known better. I wasn't reading my signs right. This guy wouldn't look me in the face, looking at the ground. Take the trailer, I leave. I get down the road to a weld shop having new fenders made. And that's a whole other story from the weld shop. A guy I'm working with for 20 years gives me a quote. When I pick him up again 10 days later, it's, $200 more than what he said. I said, why'd I ask you for a price? Back to the axle story. He remounted them exactly the way they were, which in turn meant he had to cut all the brackets off of a torsion axle. Not knowing much about axles, I learned a lot. He voided my warranties. They no longer have any warranties. And I'm arguing. I called a credit card company, stop a payment. They suggest I buy the same axle from a different vendor to prove I just didn't decide I didn't want the product. I went again. Now I drive an hour and a half 2 hours the other direction, 202 miles. A couple weeks later, I get the trailer. The trailer's fine. Everything's good on their end. And now the credit card company tells me they're not going to give me my money back. So where does the credibility start? I did everything I was told by the people in question. Going to a break?
Yeah. So Joey, what I'm hearing is you went to what you thought was... You went to what you thought was a good, honest, knowledgeable axle shop.
Yep.
And they destroyed your axles by welding them. And you don't weld tubular torsion axles.
Yeah, apparently he didn't know that after.
No way. Is that a real bullet necklace?
No, it's a 9mm bullet necklace with matching earrings, you'll notice.
Those are awesome. Where'd you get them?
Dave found them at patriotnecklace.com.
Wow.
They have a variety of calibers and necklaces and earrings and keychains.
PatriotNecklace.com?
PatriotNecklace.com.
Your choice of caliber bullet includes a rugged American-made stainless steel dog tag chain. A percentage of every sale goes to military and service-related charities. And get a discount by entering GCN at checkout. Show your patriotism and support our troops with a bullet necklace from PatriotNecklace.com.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Hi, this is Walt Augustinowicz. I'm the founder and CEO of ID Stronghold. By now you've heard our commercials about wallets that protect you from electronic pickpocketing. 10 years ago, I created a way to protect my own cards from prying eyes after government officials started talking about issuing a national ID card with a built-in radio chip called RFID. I felt having to broadcast my personal information was an invasion of privacy. Soon after, it was also announced that credit cards, debit cards, U.S. passports, hotel room keys, and even transit passes would all soon incorporate RFID. It was then I formed ID Stronghold to share my inventions in blocking RFID signals with the world. There are a lot of misconceptions out there today about RFID. I encourage everyone to get informed and get protected. Please go to idstronghold.com and get the facts and the wallet, sleeves, or badge holders you need to protect your personal financial data. You'll be pleasantly surprised that through our direct sales model, you won't pay more than other comparable unprotected wallets. It is as though the protection is free. Visit idstronghold.com today.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Did you know that select musical tones have the power to heal? By listening to 7 amazing songs that contain these tones, you can experience the power of music therapy.
I used to work in a pretty stressful atmosphere, but I started using the whole tones in the office, and I'm experiencing more focus, motivation, peace, and better relationships.
WholeTones99.com is a unique music therapy program featuring 7 secret ancient healing frequencies uncovered in the music of King David. Now you too can unlock the healing secrets of the Bible, as we are offering a free sample of this music so that you can discover their power to heal, relieve stress, and break negative cycles.
I use the tone to calm my 5, 3, and 2-year-olds to stop the fighting, and it works.
Now you can experience the healing music therapy in the comfort of your own home or office. Visit WholeTones99.com and get a free song. Visit WHOLETones99.com today for your free song. That's WholeTones99.com. WholeTones99.com.
KDArmor.com is your one-stop shop for the most affordable body armor period, with packages starting at $169.99 and free shipping on every order. Why would you go anywhere else? KD offers soft armor and rifle threat rated armor up to level 4. Go to KDArmor.com and get your body armor today while you still can. Mention this ad and receive a free water purification kit for a limited time with any body armor package. Go to KDArmor.com. That's CATI armor.com. Come and take it.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Hey neighbor, what are you doing digging? You had a heart attack last year.
Oh, I know. I was told no more hard labor.
Then why are you digging?
Well, I've been taking Extendovite. It's been approved to help my heart.
Extendovite? Is that a new drug?
No, not a drug. It's more like an herbal combination made from garlic and cayenne.
Herbal? How can that help?
Well, actually, we've taken herbs for thousands of years. And Extendovite is doing the job for me.
Does your doctor know about Extendovite?
Yeah, my doctor knows, and he said it seems to be working for you, so don't stop taking it. I feel great taking Extendivite. I don't want to stop.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Class Joey from Michigan's with us. And so, Joey, you bought these axles, and the guy who is allegedly an expert in this axle shop welded the beam, the axle beam. And I'm looking at the instructions right from the manufacturer on the website right now. And it says, do not weld on the Torflex beam. It has rubber cords inside, and the heat generated by welding could damage the cords. It's a great big yellow warning sign on the instructions. It says don't do that.
I guess who's the dummy? I am, because I didn't get my money, or him that's been in business for 26 years. You know, but
so
it wasn't even...
The whole point of this, Joey, is we have entrusted our equipment, our automobiles, our trucks, our houses to repairmen, to contractors whom we believe will do the right thing, who will take the time and build and repair and service according to standards that we believe that they should know about, since they're in the business. But that's not necessarily the case. As a matter of fact, the guy that comes out, the inspector for the government, who, the building inspector, that all these contractors are worried about, will he see all these shortcuts we've taken, right? That guy, the guy that they're worried about, doesn't even pay attention. I mean, I remember calling the building inspector. My parents were building a home, and I called him up and I said, how'd the inspection go? Everything's great. You've got the best builder in the area. Great. Thanks so much. So you looked at the entire construction project? Yep, it's great. Didn't see any problems? No, everything's really good. I said, so do you have a copy of the code book? Yeah. So do I. And by the way, did you go look at the furnace? The furnace, the flue pipe is closer than 6 inches to wood. It doesn't meet code. You missed it. So I found a problem that the code enforcement guy in Virginia missed. The builder missed, because the heating system subcontractor decided to take a shortcut. Well, it was a big problem for them. They had to fix it. They'd take the furnace out and redo it. And so, Joey, it's really up to us to learn all the things that we expect that these contractors know. We have to learn it, and we have to hold them accountable. And it's no fun. It is absolutely no fun, because it's a waste of our time, because we've hired them to do the job. Isn't that what this is all about, this discussion, Joey?
It's all about being who is credible, and what does that mean? What does that word mean, credible? I mean, you're hiring a professional, whether it's to fix your car, whether it's to work on your tooth, whether it's to condition your health condition, all of the above. And yet, you always have to complain. How does that work? How does that work when it costs you the money? I mean, it's just like with a tooth. I went to have a tooth fixed. The girl says, well, we'll pull it or it's a root canal. I said, but I don't want to have either one done. So I had to go look for a new dentist. I used a different tooth powder material. The year it took me to find a different dentist, he looks at it, he says, well, I'll have to drill it out first. Okay. When he's done, he says, guess what? We're not pulling it. You're not getting a crown or a root canal. We're going to fix it. And when you look in the book, world's largest cavity, it's going to be your tooth. But you know what? I still have my tooth.
Yeah.
But again, he was an older, established dentist. The other dentist was a younger person that bought out the older dentist I had. So the problem I'm starting to see is, as all we'll call them old timers, which we're all becoming, as they are being replaced by the new and improved McDonald's employees. Wow, what do we got to look forward to? How many people are misdiagnosed a year with a health condition because the doctor thought, didn't know, and was too proud to ask for a different opinion. And that just keeps snowpiling and snowpiling and snowpiling. And it's like pretty soon you'll be afraid to go to a doctor.
It's interesting you say this. It's interesting you say this, Joey. You're talking about old school. And our son is in a farm machinery, mechanics class, senior year at the university. And, it's a pretty grueling class. He thought it'd be really easy, but the instructor is asking the students questions, and it seems like he's the only one that has the answers that are not textbook. He's the only one that seems to have he calls it old school. He says, Dad, I've got these old school answers. No one knows what I'm talking about. No one has even thought about it. Even the instructor says, wow, I didn't think about that. And I'm talking about, the way we do things here at the farm that absolutely positively work, but they're not the new age solutions. Because the new age is let's bang it out quickly. Who cares if we destroy tools doing it? That's okay. We're going to get the job done quickly at somebody else's expense. That's what we're teaching. So at your expense, they were going to either do a root canal or pull the tooth because it was convenient. It was convenient for them.
Correct.
Yeah, and that's the problem. And it's convenient for them to build houses with two 2x4s or two 2x6s in the corner. It's convenient because they can save one whole 2x4 or 2x6 because it takes three. It takes three 2x4s or 2x6s to build a corner, plus blocking to do it right.
Do you know the reasoning behind that corner? Because it's easier, according to code, some simpleton that created the code says it's easier to insulate.
Yeah.
Because you get a little more insulation in there instead of spraying the foam in between those blocks. Again, you're entrusting stupidity to create our environment. All these new people. Here's a great quote. I was reading an article this morning about a southern Colorado town that all these off-the-grid people are going to live because they had no codes. Well, apparently they don't want those people there. And now these people, they buy the property, they're living in a tent, they're camping, kind of what you did when you were building your house. But this town says it's illegal to camp while you're building your house. And the guy that bought the property, his quote is, "We've been regulated out of life." And that's the reason he went there. That's the reason he went there. And think about it. We're being regulated. We've got people creating regulations that aren't qualified to tie their own shoes. Because if they don't tie them right, they're going to trip, and then they're going to want to sue somebody because they tripped on their shoelace. So then they'll write another regulation allowing them to be stupid and trip on a shoelace. I mean, how ignorant does that sound? And yet, really, when you break it down into simplest format, that's what we're looking at, right?
Joey, you've been to the farm. I live in the Wild West. There's no regulation here. And, we live in a stone house, but down the road, there's a trailer. The wheels have been taken off the trailer, and there's some people living in that. Down the road from that, there is I would call it an outbuilding. Let's say it's 12 by 20. It's something that could be put in somebody's backyard that could be used as a storage building, okay? It's nice looking. Well, this guy took a brand new storage building. I'm not talking about a container. I'm talking about a wood, something that you would see for sale.
Kettle.
Well, this is like at Home Depot, right? But 12 by 20. And this guy put some windows in it and a front door on it. And instead of having, swing open doors, he has a regular steel door with lights. And that's his house. It's really nicely done, but it's 12 by 20. Okay. He just put it on some concrete blocks or a foundation. That's his home. So how much did that cost? I don't know, maybe $2,000, maybe $3,000. That's his entire home. But it's really, really nicely done. So what I'm saying is we have no rules, no regulations, no inspections in this part of the world. And it's okay. It really is okay. It's great not to have people telling us what to do. Can you imagine that guy putting that in some suburban neighborhood someplace else? It would never happen. People would complain. They'd say, wow, that house is too small. Or the mobile home. Well, you can't have a mobile home here. Well, when we moved here, we said, that's fine with us. If that's what people want to live in, that's fine. They want to do that. By the way, most of them were here before we got here. So who are we to say anything? I kind of like it the way it is here.
Think about the guy with the little house, why he built that. He built it based on his financial condition.
And his needs.
Think about the social parasite that's making anywhere, God only knows, but I'm going to assume there's no zoning administrator making under 30 and probably as high as 150 depending on the environment. Well, it's easy for them to dictate policy if they're making that kind of money. I mean, it's simple. You know, it's interesting you bring up a little house because it's on my note sheet because I was watching, as I was scanning through the TV set, I seen a show coming on called Tiny Houses. Well, there used to be a show on. These people would go buy $400,000 and $500,000 homes, like first-time home buyers that were school teachers, and they didn't know if and they maxed out their whole credit on buying the house. Well, now they're having these shows buying a tiny home. Well, we all know why a tiny home is becoming the new subject, you know, and because that's part of the Agenda 21 program. I mean, that's easier to understand, but you're right. I don't care. I mean, a 12 by 20 home, if it works for you, it works for you. I mean, I might need a 24 by 20 home with upstairs in it because I tend to collect a little more treasure, you know, and then I might need another 12 by 24 barn on the outside. But the point is, it's what I can afford. It's what I choose. You know, but I don't have that job enforcing stupidity. And these people, that's the way nothing works today. Everybody's enforcing stupidity.
You're absolutely right. And one of the main reasons why we moved to this part of Missouri in the Ozarks is because we don't have people enforcing stupidity here. We built the house. 18 months later, the assessor said, wow, I didn't know there was a house back here. Because we didn't tell them. We'll be right back. How many of you want to learn how to dig up bugs, worms, and raise crickets for food? Do you prefer to eat them dried and crunchy or while still alive? Well, you won't have to if you can defend your food supply from predators. You may want to get an AR-15 kit from guns80.com and build your own AR-15 rifle from a kit. If you can legally own a rifle, you can purchase this AR-15 kit. If you're handy, you can complete the rifle in about an hour. The kit comes with all the parts you're going to need to build your rifle, but you'll need a drill press. And survivalists need one anyway. The Guns80.com team purchased the same used floor-standing drill press that I have for $100. You can too. And when you're finished, you'll have a paperwork-free AR-15 rifle, a drill press, drill bits, and the knowledge to maintain your AR-15 rifle, all for less than you expect. So if you want a paperwork-free AR-15 parts kit like mine, visit Guns80.com, Guns80.com, and let the unprepared have our share of the bugs.
Okay, open your mouth and say ah.
When your child has a sore throat, you need to know when to get help. The doctor-recommended Say Ah Sore Throat Exam is your solution. The scientifically designed oral retractor offers a clear view of the throat, relaxing the tongue and minimizing gag reflex. Compare with a medical-grade chart, website, and app. Then you'll know just what to tell your doctor. A wellness plan in your hands in minutes. Go to SayAHHnow.com. SayAhNow.com, the new mainstay for every family's first aid kit.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't take on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Did you know that select musical tones have the power to heal? By listening to 7 amazing songs that contain these tones, you can experience the power of music therapy.
I used to work in a pretty stressful atmosphere, but I started using the whole tones in the office, and I'm experiencing more focus, motivation, peace, and better relationships.
WholeTones99.com is a unique music therapy program featuring 7 secret ancient healing frequencies uncovered in the music of King David. Now you too can unlock the healing secrets of the Bible, as we are offering a free sample of this music so that you can discover their power to heal, relieve stress, and break negative cycles.
I use the tone to calm my 5, 3, and 2-year-olds to stop the fighting, and it works.
Now you can experience the healing music therapy in the comfort of your own home or office. Visit WholeTones99.com and get a free song. Visit WHOLETones99.com today for your free song. That's WholeTones99.com. WholeTones99.com.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pileski of the Pileski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
At 30dayfoodsupply.com, we get a lot of questions, and here are some of the answers. Our products are naturally low in salt, a quarter of many others, at $6.77 per pound dehydrated weight, or 277 calories per dollar. We're one of the least expensive in the industry. Everything is non-GMO and MSG-free. We gladly make free substitutions. Most orders ship the next business day. $99 is our everyday price at both 800-700-2184 and 30dayfoodsupply.com. Our meals are naturally high in fiber, carbs, and protein, and we put a high value on your privacy, and we never use high-pressure sales. Everything is packaged and shipped from our plant in Southern Oregon. Call 800-700-2184 and purchase our 30-day, 90-serving emergency food supply for only $99, and $10 ships your entire order to the lower 48. Visit the website, 30dayfoodsupply.com, or call 800-700-2184, 30dayfoodsupply.com.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to produce an endless supply of nano-sized silver solutions right from the convenience of your home. Silver Lungs. With the addition of our unique lung delivery system, respiratory infections are targeted directly, where traditional oral administration simply cannot reach. This pioneering method also preserves the original particle sizes and delivers your silver solution directly into the bloodstream. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at silverlungs.com. That's silverlungs.com.
Class, I got a couple quick announcements. And we're trying to stay on topic today. We've got a whole bunch of calls coming in, and I have not been able to take them because we're staying on topic with Joey. But so I just want to let you know that is the reason. So we're trying to stay on topic with each one of these broadcast classes. Meet up on Monday. Silent Night will be there, and the topic is avoidance. Silent Night. He runs the Underground Railroad. He's the author of The Underground Railroad Returns to Disappear. And Alan Busick will be there. He's an electrical engineer, and he'll be talking about ham radio. There'll be an orientation and a review. And the Midwest Homesteaders Expo, that's John and Judy Dollarhite's Expo, October 3rd and 4th at the Elks Lodge in Ozark, Missouri. Admission $5, 15 and under, absolutely free. And you'll be able to buy ProPure water filtration systems at the lowest price in the country. Why? That would be our inventory. And that's our inventory. The Dollarhites will have it there, and you'll be able to buy USA Prepares inventory of ProPure water filtration systems at the lowest price in the country. And also there are seminars, and there will be all kinds of products. That's Saturday and Sunday next week, October 3rd and 4th in the Ozarks. And the information's on the website, Midwest Homesteaders Expo. Information's on the website at usaprepares.com. Also, the RK Prepper Show, October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And Storm and Norman Cantwell, Dr. Richard Allen Miller, Matt Stein. I'll be there. We're all speaking and demonstrating. And we'll be available for, after the event, meals with you guys. And Joey, I believe you're going to be there.
I'm going to try, Vince.
Yeah.
I look forward to it's like a family gathering. It really is. And people don't even understand what they're going to miss. If they meet. I mean, that's how you and I met. That's how me and Rick met. That's how me and Mike Mom met. That's me and Storm and Norman, Doc Shealy. I mean, all those, and those are just the instructors. We're not counting the 7 or 8 other people I've met over the last 3 years. Priceless. I mean, you'll not find these people. I mean, where are you going to find them? At a football game? Is that it? When you're getting chicken wings passed around? Wow. Okay.
Chicken wings. Every once in a while, you and I talk about chicken wings. It's like, what would a chicken farmer do with the wings? Like, what are we gonna do with these wings? Hey, they're guys. There are guys that we could probably con into eating these things. You know,
that's all
they watch. Yeah, and we'll sell them as delicacies that you can have while you're watching these guys with short pants run around chasing a ball. What a great idea! What a great idea! Selling chicken wings.
You remember that conversation? It was like priceless. I mean, I was going to bring it up, and I didn't think we had time. But I mean, think about, you brought up football, and what went to mind. It's amazing because they start promoting the Pope now. All of a sudden, he's one of the finest superheroes on the earth right now. Before he got here, he was a staunch socialist and communist. Now that he's here, and one of the first people he went to go see is Mr. Castro. Yeah, Raul and Fidel. I mean, and all of a sudden, Cuba, these are wonderful. I'm not saying the Cuban people have been in prison for the last however many years since 1959 when he took over. Yeah. And what is that? 55 years. These people, they'll risk their life to get in a piece of raft, go 90 miles to where they might consider freedom. And the Pope thinks this is a good guy. Now the Pope is going to be talking, and guess what else is going to be playing? Football games. And you get in that sedated state with that make-believe cheese for your dip and those wonderful chicken wings. You can eat all that toxicity and then be self-programmed. I mean, you get in that altered state. What a great idea. These guys are so ahead of the curve. I mean, they must have crews working 24/7, dreaming up more ignorance and stupidity. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
Class, now you know why when Joey and I get on the phone, this is literally what it's like. It really is. And hopefully you'll get a chance to meet Joey at the RK Prepper Show. And you'll see him walking around with me, and maybe we'll have a chance to get to have a meal together, or lunch or dinner or something like that with Matt and Rick and Storm and Norman Cantwell. Joey, hey, thanks so much for being with us. Pete, I'm sorry that we didn't get a chance to get you on, but why don't you call in next week? And all of the others who have called. Yeah. By now you know that USAPrepares.com is your source for water filtration systems. Here at the farm, we use our water filtration system for drinking, cooking, and for our cats and dogs. Which brand are we using? Well, that would be the ProPure system, because it filters out pathogens, microbes, chlorine, and fluoride. Multiple sources indicate that fluoride is responsible for lowering our IQs by 5%. Now, how many of you would like to sign up for a lower IQ? USAPrepares.com offers ProPure water filtration systems and accessories at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate. We buy them by the pallet loads and pass the savings on to you. And if you're outside of Missouri, there's no sales tax. And if this appeals to you, visit USAPrepares.com. That's USAPrepares.com. You can order online, and we have the ProPure water filtration systems in stock, ready to ship. USAPrepares.com. ProPure water filtration systems at the same price as everyone else, except we offer an instant rebate.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc admitted in Mass only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Ken Levin, responsible attorney in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Greg Hobby, New Jersey. The choice of lawyer is an important decision that should not be based solely upon advertisements. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been impacted by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-218-HELP. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of hardworking men and women, including many U.S. veterans and industrial workers, have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers knew the dangers but put profits ahead of people. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trust has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be entitled to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-218-HELP. That's 1-800-218